Well, people, it's the moment that the world is waiting for. Really? Maybe about 10%. Who is that? That's Donald J. Trump. And he's at McDonald's. Yep, he's working the fries. To get more context, check out my last video I did. You'll see the title. Something about French fries and the clown. You'll see it. But in this segment, I want to talk about, well, just the lighter side. Trump being at the fast food restaurant. I saw some fast seeds, but I'm going to digress from that. But I want to really talk about the Elon Musk situation, giving out $1 million. Because they speaking, baby. He gave somebody $1 million. He's going to continue to do it. And maybe I need to fly down there and get in line. Get my raffle ticket, however he pulling it off. But yeah, the moment you guys have been waiting for. Let's watch Mr. President.
Then I'll pass it over to you, all right? So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a basket of fries. Move the fryer. We're going to slowly and gently lower them in. So we don't burn ourselves. We're going to hit the fry timer. And then we got a lot of fries today, so we're going to cut another basket out. Grab the basket out. Lower it in. And then hit the timer. Now, in a couple seconds, the duty timer is going to go off. When that duty timer goes off, that basically means that the fries, you need to lift them out of the oil and shake them so that way they don't get stuck together. And then after that, we're going to put it back down. We're going to let the fryer cook. And then when they're done, we're going to bring them over here. So over here, you have all your fry cartons right here. There's the duty timer. So duty timer, we're going to press it. We'll lift it out of the oil. Give it a couple shakes. We're going to put it back into the oil. Same thing over here. Timer, out of the oil, a couple shakes, back into the oil. And when those are done cooking, our fry station, we got it.
I know, you guys are bored, right? I get it. Okay, a lot of you guys know I have fast food experience. I think I spent maybe 2 years at McDonald's and then 19 years at KFC. Okay, for those of you all who didn't see my photograph, there I am at McDonald's. Way back in the day. I had to be 17 years old. You see the hamburgers on the grill, the quarter pounders? Straight up. We had 3 grills. I used to work 3 grills at one time. Okay? And if I can share a quick story with you guys, I started, I believe, 2 years after McDonald's used to peel potatoes. Yes, I worked with an area manager who was in the Navy. He taught me a lot. And he told me stories how back in the day they used to, you know how you peel potatoes at home from scratch? And then you slice and dice them, right? You might boil them, you know, if you want mashed potatoes. But back in the day, this guy told me that a few franchisees back in the day, they used to cut the potatoes, peel them, cut them, then cook them. I'm like, that's a lot of work. But yeah. So much stuff is instant, people. If I could tell you guys some stories about McDonald's now versus then and KFC now versus then, you'd be like, wow. We made coleslaw from scratch back in the day. Potatoes almost from scratch back in the day from KFC. But I digress. What this gentleman did here, let's just call him the trainer. He did what we call in operations the 4-step training method. He introduced him. He expressed to Donald Trump what he was going to do. All right? Then he actually did it. Then he's going to let Donald do it. Then he's going to go back and follow up and correct if he didn't do it the right way. You see this here? This is where the fries are coming out. It's like a fry bin. I'm seeing it has temperatures on it. Back in the day, we didn't have it like this. It was just an open apparatus where you hung like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, maybe 20 baskets of fries. And we used to take the fries straight from the freezer and take them to a workstation. So imagine just a little small table. You open up the bag of fries and then you pour, I believe it was 4 baskets. You would take 1 bag for 4 baskets and equally distribute them across. Then you would shake the baskets to make sure all the excess water crystals and potato particles would come off of that. That way, once they enter into the fryer, it doesn't, they call it shortening breakdown. The life of your shortening is very important. So once you put the fries in there, you put them in there slowly, then you hit the button. After 30 seconds or 45 seconds, you shake them to make sure they don't do what? To make sure they don't stick together. Then I think it's 2.5 minutes total. Lift them up, let them drain about 30 seconds, and you shake them, put them in the frying bin here, and you make 2 passes. You grab the salt shaker, you make 2 passes back and forth, and that's just enough salt. Okay, that's how you do it. Then you have a thing called a skimmer, where you put the skimmer inside the shortening, and you get our excess particles that are floating around. That way it's not on the fries next time we cook, okay? Now, other thing about shortening management is that these fryers cycle. Back in the day, I think it was 335 degrees. I don't know what it is, but let's say the temperature is 335 degrees. The shortening is heating up, and you hear it go. As soon as it goes and cuts off, that's when you put the fries in the fryer. Why? Because the shortening has reached its maximum temperature, and then you put the fries in there. That way you know they come out. Excuse me. That way you know the fries come out golden brown. That's how you cook product, okay? If you cook the fries while the temperature is still coming up, it's gonna be an inferior product. It's not gonna be the best quality. Now, you guys don't owe me for that. That's 19 years of teaching people how it goes. Then you got a filtration process after that. Those who know what I'm talking about, put in the comment section. You worked at fast food. Then it goes in here. You have a holding time on fries. I don't know, they might be 7 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't know what the holding time is today. And let me see, you got small, medium, large, extra large. What else can I tell you? That's about it. You know, there's other things I can tell you about it, but that's the basic of fries. So yeah, Mr. President did his thing there, and then there's me. I'm at McDonald's, right? I learned all facets of McDonald's. People, don't be ashamed starting out at McDonald's. Even if you're a 40-year-old, trust me, you can work your way up. Just pay attention. Now, let me tell you the clue to this. Be available as many shifts as possible and learn every position. Learn salads, learn side dishes, learn cashier, learn maintenance, learn food prep, learn how to cook on the grill. And guess what? You slowly qualifying yourself for the next move, management. You qualify yourself by not being an egghead saying, you know what, I don't want to do that, that ain't my job. Diversify yourself. And that's what I did. I learned. I was hungry. Les Brown. Salute to Les Brown. Now let's go. Watch my man here.
Go. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
How many would you put in a bag like this? Like 6 you could? 6 mediums?
5 is fine.
5?
5 was just the most. First order, get 3 medium fries, and they're waiting for you.
Okay, very good. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, I see. Now I'm going to see that. Oh, that's your customer out there.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, let's say. You believe this? Look at this guy. He's a MAGA guy all the way.
Okay, so for his first order, yup.
Well, that's our good-looking group. Hello, everybody. This is not a normal situation, is it, huh? How are you? What a good-looking family. How did you produce those good-looking kids? Oh, they look like the wife. They look like the wife. How are you? Nice to see you. That's great. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. And there'll be no charge. Trump is paying for it. Is that okay?
I like the lighter side. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, and one more thing I just thought about. When you do the fries, in the fry bin here, you're not supposed to mix new fries with old fries. Get rid of them, box them up and put them in here, and then put the new fries in there. That way you don't mix. Also, what I taught my crew is you want to make less product more often. If you just fill up the bin with a whole lot of fries, about time 10, 20, 30 minutes later, the fries are cold. They don't taste good then. It's not a good product. So I taught you cook less product more often. That way you guarantee your freshness. I can go back in fast food today if I want to work. Ain't no shame in my game. I make me some money. Now, let's turn to Elon Musk. Elon Musk has decided to give out $1 million. And all you got to do is represent, what did he say, the First and Second Amendment? I forgot, but I'm going to read that to you in a little bit. But yeah, Elon Musk, he keeping his name, keeping his face in the place. I told y'all, he's one of the main people until they pull off this one world system. They're going to find gimmicks to keep his face in the place. Now check this out. I'm going to decode some of this is going on, okay? Watch this guy. He's got a guy about to get $1 million check. Okay, here we go.
All right. So, tonight's person is John Dreher.
John Dreher. Got $1 million. Let's look at that check first of all. Well, we're going to wait. We're going to wait. John Dreher. He happy, ain't he?
All right.
Man, I'd be happy too. Give me my money, Elon.
So, by the way, John had no idea. So, anyway, you're welcome.
My man. Man, I be breakdancing. Praise the Lord, right?
The only thing we ask for the $1 million is that you be a spokesperson for the petition, and that's it, really. That's it. Yeah.
Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. Let's look at this guy again. Got his hands up. John Dreher. Now I want to show y'all something. Okay, here we go. There's Elon doing his thing. Elon Musk's daily $1 million payouts at the Trump rally draw legal scrutiny. Really? Like he banned people off or something? They got to make it controversial so they can keep it out there, okay? Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, October 20th. Billionaire Elon Musk promised on Saturday to give away $1 million each day until November's election to some who signed his online petition, with the first prize awarded at a PAC event supporting Republican Donald Trump, raising questions about the legality of the payments. Musk gave $1 million check to an attendee of his America PAC event in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, aimed at rally supporters behind presidential candidate Trump. The winner was a man named John Dreher, according to event staff. Now, what are the odds that the guy's name is John? Right? Come on now, right? By the way, John had no idea, so anyway, you're welcome. The Tesla founder said as he handed Dreher the check. Bravo to my man. Do y'all think this was set up? Let's decode it. John Dreher. Did I get it right? Make sure I got that name right. Dreher. 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 Oops, there it is. Okay, John. Like JFK John Trump. Okay. John Dreher comes out to 48. I've been teaching y'all that what happened on April 8th, what happened? There was an eclipse. There was an X that came across the sky, right? And in Roman numerals, X is the 24th letter of the alphabet, like you've been X'd or taken out. Now, what about this 165 in reverse reduction? You know, I got people criticizing me. You know, you say things sometimes, Pearson, and you say you're going to do it, but you don't do it. So, you know what? You must have somebody help you do the decode. Stop hating. I know what I'm doing. Tell you people. So, what is the 165? The 165th day of the year is what? June 14th. What? The 165th day of the year is June 14th. That's right. There's your 165. Most gematria is elementary, so don't insult me in the comment section or email. The email I got today was very insulting. Leave me alone. You can just unsubscribe and leave me alone, okay? Look at that June 14th. Is that coincidence that Trump's birthday is June 14th? 165th day? Yeah. The guy's name comes out to 48, which comes out to X in 48, and 165 is Trump's birthday. Translated June 14th. Now, do you think the thing was fixed? Come on, man. Well, say allegedly. Who cares? You can fix me up with $1 million. I won't tell, right? Okay, now, weren't they in Pennsylvania? Right? Pennsylvania became part of the Union on 12/12/1787. All right, 12/12. If we take 12/12 of 2023, the last anniversary of Pennsylvania, versus yesterday's date when he gave out $1 million, 10/19, look at that. The difference is 44 weeks and 4 days. Who was the 44th president? Oh, that'd be Barack Obama. Is that coincidence? Dum 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 dum. I told y'all it's a clown show all day. It's a clown show. Now look at this here. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. What are the things you need to know about Philadelphia? Philadelphia is the home to Independence Hall, where the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were written and signed. This is why Elon Musk was there, giving out $1 million to support the amendments in the Constitution. The city also has many other historical sites, including the Liberty Bell, the Museum of the American Revolution, and the Wertzman National Museum of American Jewish History. So yeah, Philadelphia. But check this out. We became a nation July 4th of 1776. Am I right? Our anniversary was this year of 2024. You subtract that from yesterday's date, 10/19, subtract that from that date. Look at what the difference is. Including the end date, 3/22, 3 months, 2 weeks, 2 days. Oh, what's 3/22? Isn't that skull and bones? At the same time, it's 3/16. Sacrifice, yeah, like Jesus sacrificed. Haven't I been telling you guys that Trump will be a 3/16, a sacrifice? He'll become unalive in the future? Okay, you think this is coincidence? Why are these numbers speaking? They're there with the Liberty Bell, the Constitution, Declaration of Independence. They're in Philadelphia. So why wouldn't you think July 4th? Subtracted from yesterday comes out 3/22. Think that's an accident? But what is it 3/22, Pearson? There it is. Folks say another group that's behind the scene running the show. Yeah. Skull and Bones is considered one of the big 3 societies at Yale University. Although it's not part of it, they got their own order, members of the order. It's separate. Y'all heard about them. Y'all need me to tell you about it. You can just Google it, read about it, whether you believe it or not. But what are the odds? It come out to 3/22. Are they speaking? Then look at it like this. Remember I taught you guys in one of the videos? The 3 presidents out of the first 5 who became unalive was on July 4th are John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe. 3 out of the first 5 presidents back in the day died. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? On July 4th, people. You think that was coincidence? From my understanding is that, hey, they were going against the order they were trying to develop, which leads to the coming order that they want today, the world system. Isn't Trump trying to buck that system, at least on the outward side, the outward appearance of that? People, we are very close to the one world system. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for being here. And understand this. I diligently, I'm finding myself as I do this. Been writing since I was 17 and a half, 18, researching since then. I take it very serious. I have a conviction for souls. I want you guys to know Jesus is coming soon. I want you to know that Satan is setting up an antichrist system, but it's a fake system, y'all. It's dirty. They're trying to get y'all to, trying to get me, they're trying to get us, they're trying to get your children. Set up in these 15-minute cities, trying to take our will and get us to participate in the new system. So they got all this stuff, and they give you the illusion that they're on your side when they're really not. They're really not. Whether it's the 15-minute cities or telling you they're gonna make something great again, it's just hocus pocus. Like I've said in other videos, you can't create or make that which you didn't make and create. It's just logical. God got the patent on creating stuff. On the seventh day, he looked at everything he had created, including us, which is Adam, and said it's good. And it should have stayed that way. But unfortunately, Adam lost his birthright. But Jesus came and restored it through the blood. Somebody say hallelujah. And that's why I do it. I thought about it today when I went out for a little while. I'm like, Pearson, this is a ministry. The information you bring, it's about the ministry. It's about saving souls. It's about creating awareness. I don't have to be 100% right. Did I make you think? Did I convict you? Did I make you study? Are you praying? Are you singing? Don't take this thing personal. Don't hate. Don't get jealous and say, I got somebody here helping me decode. I wish I did. I wish I did have enough money to have somebody work for me. But I don't. It's barely pay the bill. It just don't. But I do it. And I'm pushing. At some point, I'll get to 25,000 subscribers, maybe 30. And, you know, I can make some decent money and get out in the field and do some more work, and men in the street, women in the street, interview some people. The countdown is real. This next election is tantamount. I have no faith in what these powers are doing in terms of things in our order. I have faith in what God gave us from the beginning, and that is, he said, have a mustard seed mentality. A mustard seed faith can get it done. And then in time it will grow. But you got to start. How do you get that? You got to believe that God looked at his creation. Even after we failed, even after Adam sinned, he loves us so much. A father's not going to turn his back on his daughters and his son. So he sent himself. Do you feel me? He sent himself in the form of Jesus. And he laid down his life so that you could have life. So we have a direct connect to God. You see, because we couldn't do it then. Sin made that separation. Sin made everything tainted. God can't look upon sin and work with it. He's got to look upon it from a state where it's been cleansed. That's what salvation is about. That's why you need Jesus. That's why the Pope can't do it. That's why your minister can't do it. That's why praying the rosary can't do it. That's why world religion can't do it. Jesus is the only way. God got specifications on how to get to him. And it's a beautiful way. That's why Jesus is the way, the truth, the life, the light, the stability that you need. He's the anchor. He's the stone that was rejected. However, he said, I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake you. He shed his blood. He gave his life. And he rose victorious. And now we got our birthright back through him. Don't you want to be a part of that? That's real love, when a person can lay down their life for you. Especially after they created you. He could have said, you know what, I'm done with this. I created you, and look at what you did. You messed it up. But we're no match for Satan. We are no match for him. Do you feel me? We lost our state because we gave in to temptation. Oh, it's a battle. Getting saved ain't enough. Yeah, get baptized. Speaking of the tongues, get into your word. It's a battle. It's the last days. Satan wants you in his kingdom. The more he get, the bigger his ego get. He's full of pride. He was hurled down from heaven, him and the third of the angels, who are now demons, millions upon millions of them, because of pride. They lost their state, guess what? Forever. Because Jesus did not die for them. Jesus didn't die for angels. He died for you. You were deceived. You think they were deceived? They knew better. They saw what they had. We didn't really see it. But now what is Satan doing? He's making his own. That's why I've been saying last year, year and a half, I'm convinced we back in the garden. What are we saying? What are you saying, Pearson? You think they ain't made it? These devils who were mating with God's creation back in the day, you think they stopped? We got people on earth who have made it with these entities. These serpent children, they're in Congress. They're in the White House. They're in these organizations. And they're running stuff. You wonder why this thing runs so smooth and it's hard for people to accept what I'm throwing down to them, because they're not looking through the proper lens. They don't see it. They could never imagine that something that looks just like them is beguiling them. They look, they grow hair, they got organs like us, but their soul is from the pit of hell. They have made it with serpent children, and some of them are literal demons walking around, and they're in positions of power in banking, in business, in government. Satan said, I want to be like the Most High. Think about it. He's captured all those institutions and more, the education, the Hollywood, all this, allegedly, just to cover myself, allegedly, he's done this. That's why it runs so smooth. Oh, it's all coincidence. No. That's why I'm able to connect the dots from the gift of the 5 C's, the clues, the codes, the colors, the complementary conclusion. I can connect it. It's the gift he's given me. Because I see the game. I accept what Jesus is telling me. And I can see through it. I can understand how the principles of darkness work. Satan is a manager. He has set up this authoritarian system right in front of us gradually. And he's working both parts of the fence. One Democratic, one Republican. And you think that you can make a choice? Let me tell you the only choice you got. You put salvation on the ballot. You put Jesus on the ballot. You lift him up at the end of the day. Whomever you go for. And you push like Moses. That's what we're going to have to do in the last day. And that's how we're going to endure. Because ain't nothing but devils on the both sides. If Trump is in there, like I told you, push him. If Kamala gets back up in there, and Kamala means lotus flower, push her. And put the Holy Spirit behind what you do. Because it's all about faith. We are to endure. It's a command. And in this generation, it's a command and a matter of life and death. God bless you. And God bless America and the world.